7 years ago, my youth group came down, and ever since that I kind of wanted to be a chief, but I always thought to myself I probably wouldn't make a chief. Years went by and I felt the calling to come be a chief. Definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like a typical day, we get up 6:30 in the morning, get our tents cleaned out, make our beds, and then get our chores done, rake the trails, make campsite look good, and eat breakfast, and then do a work schedule usually in the morning, and then after lunch we'll take our siesta and then usually go do a ramble or do something fun, go fishing or something like that. And in the evening, a lot of times we do paperwork. A lot of times we're getting ready for a trip and just doing research for a trip or making menus, just stuff like that. Making a menu, we need to make sure we have our protein, our vegetable, and our dairy, and our grain. And it needs to be all within a budget. So that's part of the schoolwork that gets integrated into camp here. Every Tuesday we make plans for a whole week. It helps the boys just figure out what we're doing for the next week. And then we also need to write articles about every day. So that's another part of the paperwork that we do, and just helps them with their schoolwork. There's a lot of things I've learned since I came to camp, and just it's taught me a lot of patience. Just being able to just slow down and connect with the boys on their level, and just meet the boys where they're at, and just patience. It definitely taught me a lot of patience and just self-control. And it showed me who I really am. It just helped me become who I really want to be. Mason was probably one of my guys that stretched me the most, and just showing me, helping me to, one of the guys that I had to work the hardest to connect with. And it's just been good for me to pursue him even when I don't feel like it. A role of a chief is pretty much just being a father figure and a mother figure, and just the caring for boys in the way that a mom would care for them. It was probably one of the ways that I had to learn a lot, to just care in that way, instead of just tell them, just man up and do it, and just taking care of them in that way was probably one of the more challenging things that I had to learn. When you go out to solve a problem and change an attitude, it's pretty awesome that you can feel when somebody changes their attitude, and just every time a boy truly comes around and just changes his attitude and is on board and helping out, every time that happens, it's just that satisfying feeling, and just it's very rewarding in that way. I'd say it'll definitely give me the tools that it'll take to just communicate with people and interact with people, and even problem solving with people, and caring for the ones around me. It helps you grow in ways that you don't get stretched and grown in a lot of other places. But yeah.